Hello, lovers of freedom. Hello, Biafrans, lovers of freedom. Wherever you are, how are you doing today? Yes, if you are seeing me, please make sure you like the video and share it. Join us. Join us now. Join us. Yes. Join us now. How are you guys doing? Yes, I know.
Abuja offered the job and he accepted it.
Thank you for
He
joining.
went back to his hotel the night he was made the offer, had some food and some Abuja tea, and he immediately fell gravely ill. He never recovered from that illness and he died from it.
Yes.
He was not suffering from any known illness before taking the tea.
That's how they killed
He had
them.
enjoyed excellent health, and I was reliably informed that he was in very high spirits after leaving the presidential villa that night. As a matter of fact,
Go to
Sanjo
villa
was
and
looking
buy.
forward to working closely with him. The fact that the man died in such a mysterious way is yet another inexplicable tragedy in our history.
Thank you. Let's join Simon. That's enough.
Good evening, morning, good afternoon, fellow Biafrans and viewers.
I hope
from
it's
different
coming out.
parts of the world. This is a live broadcast where we are going to analyze the United Nations comment after the shambolic and fraudulent election in Nigeria.
Bring your paper and pen.
And
Where are you
the
joining from?
comment goes that the presidential election revealed ethnic, religious, and demographic fault lines in Nigeria. This is a call for referendum. That's what we're going to analyze today. But before we go into this analysis, I want everyone to understand that indeed we are in religious war. And when we fight for our freedom, you cannot take religions away from it. When we are being slaughtered and killed, you cannot take religion away from it. Religion can never be sidelined in quest for Biafra referendum.
Thank you.
And we are
Thank
not
you
the
for
first
sharing. I
nation
see everybody.
that is going to fight for our freedom while in religious war. Like I've always said, many countries have gone into
Okay,
freedom
Amaka, I
fighting
see you. I will
as
check.
a result of the religious war
Thank you.
within their country. And I've always used Bangladesh and Pakistan as a case study. And that's exactly what is going to repeat between Biafra and Nigeria. The Bangladesh liberation or fight for freedom has more of religious war than even the freedom fighting war. The uprising in 1971 between the Bangladesh and Pakistan that led to the abduction of many freedom fighters from the Bangladesh side has to do with the religion. The religion, the tension about the religious, when the Pakistani government trying to force the Bangladesh people into adopting Islamic doctrine led to the fight that
Thank you for sharing.
Bangladesh people today. And so, before the election, a lot of Nigerians were calling for my head, bring Simon Ekpa, kill him, some people placed bounty on me and all that. They claim I was trying to stop a democratic process. I was trying to do it. I was trying to do that.
Don't mind them.
And at the end of the day, the election took place. So many people
I see you.
didn't understand the reason why the Biafra people decided that they are not going to validate Nigeria again. Because of the after the election, it happens that everybody witnessed the reason myself and Biafra people decided that the issue we are going to be addressing in the coming weeks and months until Biafra come is the fact that the updated results were all fake.
Wow.
The updated results were fake. The numbers that have been announced about the numbers of voters were fake. It was never real. And I have always challenged those who think that 400,000 people voted in Enugu.
Don't mind them.
400,000 people did not vote in Enugu. If you go to INEC website, that is official. At no point in time will you see in INEC website that the total vote casted in Enugu State on the 25th day of February 2023
Thank you for sharing.
is up to 400,000 votes.
Mind them.
You go to the INEC website, the total number of votes cast is still remain at 4,000 votes. 4,000 votes. If you go to the numbers of the electoral material that were uploaded, it tallies with the number of the vote counted, which was uploaded to the website of the INEC. So why am I making these references? I'm making these references for everybody to understand that they did everything to validate Nigeria in Biafra territory when about 25 million people registered to vote in Biafra territory and only 4 million people ended up voting. So it was like a huge win for the Biafra people.
Bam.
Now, after all this, when they all were calling for my head, because I know the only time that we have to get our freedom and leave Nigeria is now. And we can never allow this particular burning fire to go down. Rather, we need to put inflammable liquid on the fire so that the fire will burn more. So we are going to go in what he said.
Outcome
of the election with some nincompoop called for my head. The United Nations on the presidential election, they claim that presidential election reviewed ethnic, religious, demographic, and with this particular statement coming from the United Nations, it is now official that Nigeria is at the edge of a serious conflict.
Bam.
Now, some of you may not understand what this particular ethnic, religious, demographic fault line means in crisis management. Let us, take it from the ethnic fault line.
Let them Google it.
Or in conflict. When you have identified somebody is saying that the sound is somehow low.
Don't mind them.
Sound cannot be somehow low.
Don't mind them.
Check your gadget, please.
Nzama group. Distractors.
If the sound is low, increase your sound.
Nzama group. What you have? Distractors.
The conflict. If you check the comment from the UN, you will understand that indeed.
That's their job.
Indeed, the United Nations have just come to understand that Nigeria is indeed facing ethnic, religious fault line. fault line. Now, this is where the problem. I want us to go. You understand what is ethnic? Understand what is religious? Do you understand what is demographic?
Let them Google it. Over here in
You understand what is demographic?
they have time to watch Telemundo.
The demographic related to the structure of populations. The demographic trend toward an older population. I want you people to understand because you need to know the meaning of the word from the United Nations for you to understand the exposition we are going to do today, and for you to understand what we call the Islamization of Nigeria or the colonization of Nigeria. Now, if you are watching from the Twitter, please, we urge you to join us on Enter Biafra. We're going to cut it off. Join us on Enter Biafra and let us continue. Thank you.
They have data to watch Zazu.
Now, for you to understand what UN mean here, let us go and check what is demographic. Okay? We are going to check what is demographic. So for that, I'm going to we're going to check demographic. And if you have
thank you for sharing.
Browser,
I see everybody.
as well search yourself.
Make sure you hit the like button
The meaning of
so that ending
let us go
Purumi.
there because you need to understand this particular word that the United Nations used, to describe the outcome after the outcome of Nigeria, to describe Nigeria's the Nigeria situation. Now, the definition of what demographic mean is that the adjective now relating of population. Okay? Now, what I am trying to tell you is that there is a fault lines have been identified in the structure of population of Nigeria. It has to do with religious war, like P2B said. It has to do with nation, like we are claiming. It has to do with colonization, which is the reason why they are talking about Ruga and waterways.
Thank you, Biafra.
All this waterway, that, all these things under demography, changing the demography. The demographic trend is toward an old population. So what it means is that because of this particular, what I've noticed is that a particular group is, trying to, take over or conquer another group of people or population, the older population. What it means is that in Benue State today, as they are being massacred in the IDP camp, the intention and the agenda of the people killing people in IDP camp is to change the demography. Is to change the demographic of Benue State and the Middle Belt. The reason why Boko Haram is killing people in the north in order to break Islamic State is also for a change of demography. The reason why in Niger State people are massacred, in Abuja you can't travel anymore on the road, it is as a result of changing.
Yes, I know Biafra must come. Yes, thank you. Jisike.
Now you can briefly, what UN was talking about is that from the they have come to find out there is demographic fault line. Now, what they are not telling you is that what about the killing? What about over 40-something people or 130-something people that was slaughtered in Benue State? What does that terrorism, genocide, it is also a process to change demographic system. The demography of Benue State. Demography of Benue State is also demography of Nigeria. The demography of Benue State is also demography of the Middle Belt. And they have succeeded to some extent in changing those demographics. So you see, it is not just about the word of the United Nations. Okay? It is not just the word of the United Nations. Now let us go back to the United Nations statement. Now that you understand what demography means, okay? Let us go back to the statement. The statement again read: the presidential election reviewed ethnic, religious, demographic fault line. So we have been able to explain demography because ethnic, you know, religious, you know. Now we have been able to explain the demographic, so you understand that UN have actually, noticed and identified this particular fault line in Nigeria. The question now is, having identified this fault line, why would the UN allow us to go into the second war? Because it is inevitable. If you have identified this particular fault line in Nigeria, which has taken the life of many thousands of Nigeria and continue to take their lives, why would you now allow this particular fault line to continue? Do you have the solution to it?
They don't have.
Because it is now on record that UN officially have admitted there is a fault line. Now, will the election solve this fault line? No. And I want you to understand that what they said was that the election have reviewed this particular fault line. Not the killing of Bani Fulani, not the killing by Boko Haram, not the killing by other terrorists, not the killing by the military, not the burning of our homes and our villages by the Nigerian army, but ordinary election have reviewed to them the demographic fault line. So what it is telling you is that the UN do not have the information or pretend not to have the information of what is going on in Nigeria. And that is the reason the Nigerian government has pumped billions to censor the report that come from Nigeria. That is why all the killings happening in Nigeria, they are not seeing it anywhere. It is only what we are bringing to the public that those people who care to listen to us will see. That is why when all this impunity is going on, you don't see any Nigerian news media reporting it. Rather, they pay all of them heavily to fight and sponsor propaganda against Simon Ekpa and against IPOB and against Martin Africana.
Thank you, Ezeke.
That's what is going on. Otherwise, you cannot outrightly identify a demographic fault line by ordinary election. No. Where to identify the demographic fault line is from the killings going on all over Nigeria. It's from the Fulani terrorist killings, the ethnic cleansing, the killing of indigenous people in Nigeria. These are the requirements to make you to identify this particular demographic fault line. It is not by one-day election. It is not by election. So the people in the United Nations who have made this statement are just biased. Not just biased, they are corrupt. Because you can't just come out just because of election that has not been different from the previous election in Nigeria. What happened this year election is not different from what is happening before. It is not different from 2019. It is not also different from 2015. Everything is the same. So how come it is ordinary election that makes the United Nations to identify a demographic fault line, ethnic, religious, demographic fault line? But in all the killings, they didn't see that as a fault in Nigeria.
Don't mind
in
them.
all the Southeast, making us to form the Eastern Security Network. They did not see that as demographic change. Now it is an election they see it. So, but that is why our activities and actions will speak for us. If that is what they want to know before they can understand that before the election, there were already a process of demographic change, which we are fighting against. Do you understand? Now let us go back to read what they say. We are going to analyze it. It is important that we give you a very in-depth analysis of why we are doing what we are doing, of why we should be able to know when the people who should know better is playing game with us. The United Nations on Wednesday said that the presidential election held on February 25th have revealed the sharp ethnic, religious, and demographic fault in the country. So if you have reviewed, if this election, only this election, and not all the killing and genocide going on in Nigeria, have reviewed this ethnic fault line, which is very dangerous and is capable of bringing another Rwanda, which is very, very fast looking. And you claim that to be, for peace. What are you going to do to make sure that this particular demographic fault line is resolved? How do you solve this problem? We are looking for the solution, and we know the solution to the fault line, that not just a fault line, but has cost the life of thousands of indigenous people in Nigeria and still counting. Despite the signing of the peace accord by candidates and their political parties, so they don't understand that the demographic fault line that the election has revealed has nothing to do with this particular election. Rather, it has to do with the colonization of Nigeria, which manifested during the election. The UN also stated that since Nigeria is standing at a crossroad, the engagement in genuine dialogue involving all stakeholders would be pivotal in calling for accountability to restore confidence in the governance process. You cannot call a stakeholder in a faulty foundation. In order to solve the problem of Nigeria, there is a need to call for a review and rearrangement of the Nigeria system by going into referendum for everybody to be given the opportunity to choose whether they want to continue to be part of this particular country where there is no confidence in the governance, where the citizens have lost faith, where there is no patriotic person anymore. Do you want to continue to wait until the war break out before you now come and start bringing your peacekeeping mission or the peacekeeping mission?
They don't have peacekeeping mission.
So we are calling on the United Nations today to understand that you can no longer continue to wait for stakeholders to come and on the round table to start discussing accountability in a faulty foundation and in a place where it has been identified that there is a demographic fault line. Every reasonable person knows that when this demographic fault line has been identified, there is a need to revisit the agreement. It is not about accountability. Accountability does not give birth to demographic fault line. Accountability does not result to demographic fault line. Corruption does not result to demographic fault line. What results to demographic fault line is terrorism. Terrorism and ulterior motive to conquer and overrun other ethnic groups.
Islamization.
That is what gives birth to demographic.
Thank you for sharing.
Corruption in Nigeria doesn't continue to shy away from this fact and this truth. And there is no way you can bring people to a round table to start talking about accountability when the fault is coming from people who have agenda, and the agenda is to convert Nigeria into Islamization. And you are talking about accountability. What has that got to do with the problem that we are facing in Nigeria that made the Biafra people to pick up arms for self-defense?
Okay, Chukudalo.
It has nothing to do with accountability.
Thank you for that wonderful comment.
If people have lost confidence in Nigeria's system, they have lost confidence in security because Boko Haram is part of them. They have lost confidence in the system because it is very the demography is changing. Everybody knows that. Both the ethnic and the religious fault is developing on a daily basis. So how do you now begin to talk about it and talk about roundtable discussion? I want everybody to watch and listen to this again. I will not play all of them, but just the part that I feel is very important at this point.
Power in Nigeria to contain the Christianity in Nigeria. That is wealthy people in Nigeria who are Muslim, who are supporting the Boko Haram in secret. They are not coming out to say this is what we are doing. They are not happy with the Muslim with the Christian president in the country. So their job is to get rid of Goodluck Johnson and put the Muslim guy. Now,
what you are hearing now is the real problem, not accountability. This is the problem that gives birth to this particular demographic fault line that UN is talking about. So if UN do not know what gave birth to the demographic fault line that the general election have revealed to them, they should listen to this particular video. This is what gave birth. In fact, I think it is also very important that I start from the beginning. What gave birth to the demographic fault line? Everybody should listen to this from the beginning.
Hello and welcome to a spirited debate. I'm Lauren Green. Boko Haram has been terrorizing Nigeria's Christian community for years now, victimizing those who would stand in the group's way of creating an Islamic state. Christian Solidarity International is on the ground in Nigeria, working with victims to give them support they need. Frank Mayok is the program manager of Nigeria's projects and joins me now to explain the religious tensions smoldering in this region. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
You know, the interesting thing about Boko Haram before is that they really come out of Sudan. This is, and we know the strife that was in Sudan where they broke the country in two. So explain where they come from.
Well, I can put it this way. Nigeria, after independence, the first two missions they have, one was in London and one was in New York. The third mission after that was in Sudan. And there is a reason for that.
There is a reason for that. All these meetings you are hearing is the result of the demographic fault line that UN is talking about today from the election. So they did not go and start solving and identifying the problem from the fundamental. It has nothing to do with election. Election is just the result, the outcome, the product of what we are hearing here today. So let us go there.
It's the shortcut to Makkah. Someone from Nigeria, they go through Chad and go to Sudan and then go to the Makkah for the pilgrim.
The Mecca, to go to Mecca,
yes.
Right.
And because of that, there are a lot of Nigerians who go to Sudan on the way to Makkah. And when they come back and they're poor, they stay there. And Sudan become their own country. Now, when the Islamic government come to Sudan in 1998, and their agenda was to Islamize Sudan in general, they were working with Nigerians. They were working with Osama bin Laden. When he was pushed out from Sudan, he took with him one group of the terror, and then another group left in Sudan, and the third group was sent out to disturb the neighboring country.
Exactly.
Part of those groups were Boko Haram who were sent to Nigeria. And the idea is Sudan believe that the people who are ruling Nigeria now are not extremely enough, like the way it used to be. So the Boko Haram, people who start Boko Haram, they did the training in Khartoum with Osama bin Laden, and then they were sent to Nigeria.
So there's all like Al-Qaeda ties.
It is all Al-Qaeda.
Are you people listening? This is what gave birth to what United Nations is revealing to. Nothing else. The here. This is what gave birth to it. Not the election. Not the election. Election is just, election is just the, the product of what you are listening. So now the question is, for you to solve the problem of, of this particular demographic, religious, and ethnic fault lines in Nigeria, you need to go from the root of the root cause of the problem, which is renegotiating the coexistence of Nigeria, and that will happen by the referendum. I want everybody to continue to listen.
Haram is the Taliban of Nigeria. That is the way I can put it.
Who are these people that become members of Boko Haram? Who are they? Are they disenfranchised? Or are they educated? Or are they unemployed? Who are they?
These are coming from the two tribes in Nigeria, Fulani and Hausa tribe.
Do you hear that?
Those are Muslim. And you can see in Nigeria, according to Chad, there is a state called Borno. Those people, it's easy.
Fulani tribe in Nigeria, these are the people that are making Boko Haram. But you know what? They tell you that they are herdsmen. They tell you that they are bandits. When they come to attack you in Benue State, they become bandits. When they attack you in Abuja, they become bandits. They are all the same. Listen to it again. They are called Fulani.
Taliban of Nigeria. Part of those groups were Boko Haram were sent to Nigeria. And the idea is Sudan believe that the people who are ruling Nigeria now are not extremely enough, like the way it used to be. So the Boko Haram, people who start Boko Haram, they did the training in Khartoum with Osama bin Laden, and then they were sent to Nigeria.
So there's all
Taliban of Nigeria. That is the way I can put it.
Who are these people that become members of Boko Haram? Who are they? Are they disenfranchised? Or are they educated? Or are they unemployed? Who are they?
These are coming from the two tribes in Nigeria, Fulani and Hausa tribe. Those are Muslim. And you can see in Nigeria, according to Chad, there is a state called Borno. Those people, it's easy for them to go to Chad and go to Sudan and go to the Makkah. And when they come back, in 1998, the Sudan government opened up the scholarship for the young Nigerians to go for education. But those people were sent to the training camp to be terror. So they are the young Nigerians who are educated, who go to Sudan and they pretend they are going for a scholarship, and they were trained there and then sent back to Nigeria.
Very good.
And those are the Boko Haram members.
From January 2012 to July 2013, Boko Haram bombed, burned, or attacked 50 churches, killing at least 366. Why are they going after Christians?
They believe.
Now, this whole thing, and in all this, I'm not talking even about the Boko Haram issue now, but in all these killings, UN did not see it as demographic fault line. They didn't see it like that. Rather, it is ordinary outcome of election that have revealed demographic fault line. The killing in Benue State have not revealed demographic fault line.
They are keeping quiet. Don't mind them. Thank you for sharing. Taliban of Zoo. The Taliban of the Zoo. Thank you.
Here we go.
Colonization, Islamization. And many Ohanes and Doshi are keeping quiet.
Did not review demographic fault line. Those of you watching, those of you streaming live, please. If you are streaming live on other network, please. I almost played this video now so that they are not going to block your. They're not going to block your
YouTube,
your platform. So please, those of you that are hearing this streaming this live video, please. I'm going to play this video. Just going to take like a few seconds. So I will play it and then take it off, and you can continue streaming this live video, please. So if you are streaming it, our autopiloted IPOB Media Warriors, I am going to play this video of massacre in Benue State again, just to show you how the demographic fault line can be identified, not just by election. And the question now is the solution. So we are going to start, and I'm going to allow it to roll 3 times because it is a very short video. Here we go. This is demographic fault line. Changing the demography. And once they are killed like this, the people will flee. Nobody will be in that place again. But this was inside IDP camp. And this is what we are fighting against.
You and know exactly what's going on. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you, Ogechuku. They know. And even Ohaneze Ndoshi. Ohaneze Ndoshi. Even Ohaneze Ndoshi.
All right, I think it did not show.
This
so anyway, that is the demographic fault line we are talking about. So I want us to continue to listen.
If that they should be the one to rule the Nigeria, especially when Goodluck Johnson, the president, who is the president of Nigeria currently, is a Christian from the south. And I think that set them off. That how could the Christian be a president in the country that where there is a Muslim?
Now, this is exactly what it will be.
Refuse to hear.
Was talking about in the phone conversation. It's religious war. There is no way you can hide it that is not going to be called religious war. It is complete religious war. And P2B spelled it out. And they have come to intimidate him with threat and all manner of things. So it is the religious war. That's why all the Muslims, they went from one mosque to another, making sure that the Muslim ticket become the president. And like we have already said, the Biafra people have made it very, very clear that the Muslim ticket is a state. A complete violation of the Nigerian law on secular state. And it is going to be the beginning of the liberation of Biafra. Because Nigeria can never validate
Muslim ticket.
From the 29th of May, 2023.
You're the bastard who think we are coming for them.
And nobody in Biafra land, no governor will take order and take oath under that particular Muslim ticket that have violated the so-called the law of Nigeria on secular state and on secular status. I want everybody to understand this. We have the step-by-step roadmap to Biafra freedom.
Yes.
And now we have laid the foundation from diaspora. You know, when we were some of you remember when I was telling you about, when I was telling you people before that we are going to bring Biafra from the diaspora. Some of you don't know what we are saying. You didn't know it. I have tweeted it today. I said, you see this Biafra, we are going to bring it from abroad. Some of you don't believe it. Now you know what I was talking about. You see, whatever we are doing today is a template that we have. How to make sure that we door Nigeria get our freedom. We're doing it. I started making this comment of we are going to bring Biafra from diaspora as far back as 3 years ago.
I don't know. They refuse. And then
I started to push more about
Bam.
We have now activated in full force the Biafra government in exile.
Are you with
The
us?
Biafra government in exile, a shadow government also, is functioning completely and will have a transition.
Are you with us?
The government.
Raise your hands up. We are going home.
As soon as the Biafra is declared,
Pedro, thank
the
you.
exile government will cease to exist. But for now, we have taken the responsibility of the affair of the Biafra people.
Thank you for sharing.
Some of you do not know what we are doing. It is step by step. And let me tell you, some people will say, I go one, I go two. For the autonomy and then the due process. As now I go one, I go two. Now I go one, I go two. We decided to go one and go two. So first of all, we have already started notifying the international community about the presence of the Biafra government in exile, taking the responsibility of the day-to-day activities of the government of Biafra people. And as soon as we liberate Biafra and declare Biafra, either by declaration, referendum, or otherwise, as soon as that is done, the exile government will cease to exist at that moment. Everything will push back to set up and form a government, transitional government in Biafra land. So I want you to understand that when we are doing this, we are doing, you are supposed to know, I think they're supposed to know the root cause of why the election revealed this particular demographic fault line. It is not because of the election. It is because of what you are hearing here, which is happening physically on ground. Because of the killings, terrorism, and all the attack going on everywhere and there. That's why the demographic fault line has been identified.
That the country should be ruled by Sharia law. And if you can see to Nigeria, the 12 states in the north, they apply the Sharia law in the country. Even though there are minority Muslims who live with them, Christian, but still they apply the Sharia law. They should take all the Nigerians to be ruled by Islamists. So they are not happy with the system of the government in Nigeria currently.
The level of violence, we are just now learning about the Boko Haram because of the violence, because they've kidnapped these hundreds of Christian schoolgirls. What motivates them to do that particularly? Because they've been burning churches and burning and killing people. What motivated to kidnap these girls? But what can the government do, and what are they trying to do?
Well, I think the government in Nigeria is in a very tough situation with my work in Nigeria with the victim of Boko Haram. You know, the Nigerian military is made up with the different tribes and different religions, and it's very hard for them to fight the Boko Haram. I think that is one of the reasons the Nigerian army is unable to crush the Boko Haram. Because
they say be fighting against each other.
Of course.
Are you hearing it?
Right.
As far back as they know that the Nigerian military already have what we call the Boko Haram members inside them. Right. Are you hearing it?
I read it.
And some of you never understand this. And that is why we need to bring this again.
Right. In a secular state.
But the peace in this state is under assault. There's an attempt at ethnic cleansing in this state, and of course in all the riverine states of Nigeria. We must resist it.
Resist.
We must stop it. Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral.
Yeah, they collude.
The armed forces are not neutral.
At all.
To kidnap these girls. But what can the government do, and what are they trying to do?
Well, I think the government in Nigeria is in a very tough situation with my work in Nigeria with the victim of Boko Haram. You know, the Nigerian military is made up with the different tribes and different religions, and it's very hard for them to fight the Boko Haram. I think that is one of the reasons the Nigerian army is unable the Boko Haram. Because
they fight themselves.
Right. If you go to attack Boko Haram, news will leak to them easily from only inside the military, and that is one of the reasons that the government is not doing well. And
you see, that is one of the reasons why Goodluck could not concentrate. He was not doing well. Because spending many money, all the money fund meant for development of a country, they're using it to fight Boko Haram.
They collude
And the military collude.
with the armed bandits that kill people, kill Nigerians.
You see,
They facilitate their movement. They cover them.
They facilitate their movement, they cover them.
they cover them.
Which is exactly what this man mean here. So whenever they want to go, somebody from the test to them will go and leak the information.
if you go to attack Boko Haram, then news will leak to them easily from only inside the military. And that is one of the reasons that the government is not doing well. And part of it, there are wealthy people in Nigeria who are Muslim, who are supporting the Boko Haram.
Sponsoring them.
They are not coming out to say this is what we are doing. They are not happy with the Muslim or with the Christian president in the country. So that
And that is the reason why the religious war coming from by P2V shouldn't have denied it. His voice. It's a religious war, and it is fact.
And the VP is one of the sponsors.
Depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die
Amaka,
one
thank
by
you.
one.
You say? You say? You
I want
say?
you all to understand this.
Thank you for sharing.
That it is
I see everybody. Thank you for
very
sharing.
important that you follow comments and the wording of this man.
to get rid of Woodland Council and put the Muslim guy in.
So tacitly, they are supporting the Boko Haram, these wealthy people in Nigeria.
Yes.
It is secret, but they are not coming out to say this brand. And the Sudanese government is behind them, and they are not coming out to say that they are supporting this. Because for them, they believe that in the 60s, the Nigerian was strongly ruled by the Muslim leaders. And they see now things are changing. All what they want to do is to have the power in Nigeria to contain the Christianity in Nigeria. That is the whole agenda.
They want to exterminate the Christians?
They want them to eliminate them. They want them to be minority. They want them not to have power in the country.
That is it.
Then they're sort of terrorizing.
They're terrorizing them.
What kind of
This is as far back as during the Goodluck Jonathan
Time.
regime. This man said they want Nigeria, they want that Christians don't have power in Nigeria. And today, after over 10 years of this video, it has happened. After over 10 years, it has happened. And let me tell you, it did not also end here. I want you to read what the Greek man wrote. Christians can never rule Nigeria again.
And some foolish ones are, instead of putting all their muscles in agitation, in freedom, in bringing Nnamdi Kanu out, they are jumping up and down to clap for Islamization agenda, to support the raping of our mothers, killing of our brothers and sisters in the name of political solution. Ohaneze Njoshi, the Finland caller, the petition writer. In a secular state, you have Muslim ticket. Nobody's talking.
Let me bring this particular news.
Thank you for sharing. I see everybody.
You
I will
see,
mention your name later, please.
let me bring this.
Make sure you hit the like button so that others. Yes, I see you from Instagram. We are live on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.
Greek is to say, Tinubu, why it will be difficult for Christians to become president. They call him Alhaji Asari from the Greek. Because some of them are beneficiaries of the so-called Sudan trip and Saudi Arabia trip.
But to Muhammad Abbas.
Some of them have been trained.
That's why he keeps sacrificing our boys.
When it is coming.
Green, white,
that's
green.
why you see them. You see him, and the governors are using him to do all this nonsense, which the end is coming very soon. Now, look at this idiot is saying that it will be difficult for Christians for a Christian to become president in Nigeria again. And it exactly tallies with the analysis of this man who claimed that some of them were sponsored to go to the Muslim countries, for training, for terrorist training, Islamization training. And he came back, all of a sudden he is now uttering a word supporting people that the Christian cannot become Muslim again. It is in line with the agenda of the Islamic State. I want everybody to listen again.
It is the leader.
Nigeria. That is, the Nigerian was strongly ruled by the Muslim leaders. And they see now things are changing. All what they want to do is to have the power in Nigeria to contain the Christianity in Nigeria. That is the whole agenda.
They want to exterminate the Christians?
They want them to eliminate them. They want them to be minority. They want them not to have
And some
power.
reverend fathers are supporting.
They want the Christian to be minority. They want the Christian not to have power in the country. And that's exactly what these idiots from Greek have said here. Tinubu, why it will be difficult for Christians to become great president? Asari Kubo. Do you understand it? This is just which day? 17th. On the 12th. This is even today. On the 10th day. This particular report. Why it will be difficult for Christians to become president?
No, to Muhammad Abbas.
After 10 years of this analysis, it is manifesting today.
So they're terrorizing.
They're terrorizing them.
What kind of things have you seen of the victims? Because you've been working on the ground with the victims of the Boko Haram. What kind of things have you been seeing, and what kind of things have you been hearing?
Well, for instance, the one group I'm working with in Mandela in Niger Delta, they were people in 2011 went to the church during the Christmas. And when the Christmas was parked, the car was designated. It was exploded and killed about 43 people in the church. And about 200 members of the church were wounded. And these are the people I'm working with now. People who lost hands, who lost eyes. Some of them, still have mental in their brain, and they are suffering of that. Some people lost their business, and they have to start doing that. What I'm seeing from the people now coming from the other side of Ibugu, the Christians are running away from the north because they target their business, because Christians are very business-minded in Nigeria. And what Boko Haram is doing is going after their businesses and bomb them and destroy them.
Are you hearing that? They will be going after their businesses and burn them and destroy them. This is the thing happening in Lagos today. It's happening in Lagos. Completely happening in Lagos. After over 10 years. It's happening. I am saying here today is happening.
Hey.
They will go after their businesses. It is called economic
jihad.
They will make sure they destroy your businesses, bomb them, burn all of them. It is happening in Lagos. And because of our intervention in Lagos with our sit at home, it has now reduced. If you notice that since we come for sit at home in Lagos, we have not come for we have not given a date for the sit at home. But you notice that since then, everything has come down. How many of you noticed that? Just that we have the capacity, the capability, and we have all the things it takes to make sure that our people in Lagos, sit at home. But the threat of the economic loss is what has stopped it. So if you think that we are joking, you know the power of the civil disobedience. It is only for hearing that we are now preparing to sit at home in Lagos. The burning of market have stopped. Have you noticed that? since the time we proposed we start planning the sit at home in Lagos, everything about money, the market has stopped. Now, what they have done now is to activate the Land Act, which is the Obas will come and sell your land. You see that so many people were being marked their properties, that they are fighting for the land, they have to come and pay again. They didn't pay to the right person. After many years, that court gave some injunction for this and that.
Thank you, Wadinigwe.
Just because they know we are going to crush the economy. Because I made it very clear. Our target is to cripple the economy of Lagos. Without missing word. And we are going to do it.
Bam.
When they don't pay salary. They know what it means when they lose the revenue that they have been generated from Biafra people. It is just because of that they are not burning the market in here. Because they know if they continue, we're going to sit at home. And they know if they continue, when we sit at home, we're going to cripple the economy. And when I listen to people say, oh, someone Ekpa have exposed himself that indeed he is crippling the economy of the Southeast, it's a lie. We are crippling the economy of
Nigeria. That's it.
It is bad if we cripple the economy of the government of those governors in the Southeast. What have they done with the so-called economy?
Before now.
What exactly? Just name one thing.
Before they sit at home, what have they done?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Is it
mad people.
Southeast? Is it hospital that you have in the Southeast?
No.
All they do is to use the economy to enrich themselves and send their children to America to go and study.
That is it.
So when they come to tell you Samantha is destroying the economy, I am not destroying your economy. Your business is
shop again there. I want to shop again. But you don't pay that tax.
Everybody did not go to work and they generate the revenue for the state. They are lacking the money. Every single day you sit at home in the Southeast, the governors is the government. And I was in a meeting with the so-called Congress. We came. The one I call the president brought in and said he has a study. A study.
Again, crack. What is going on?
About how much Anambra is losing because of sit at home.
Let them lose it more.
They did not invite me to tell me how much an average Igbo man or Igbo woman is losing.
Dara.
They are not losing absolutely nothing.
Your shop would be
When they want to
be secure.
They know the consequences of what we are doing. They will tell you economy of Igbo. Economy of what is it? Does Southeast have economy? Southeast do not have economy. You can never have economy in a faulty foundation.
Bum.
If you claim that Southeast have economy, and we see what the economy is doing in the life of the people.
No.
Any economy that does not reflect in the life of the citizen is not economy. It's as good as nothing. So if you claim you have economy in the Southeast, give us a proof of the economy. Where is your proof? Is it in the road? Is it in infrastructure? Is it in social services? Is it in human capital? Let us see the proof of the economy now. You have been doing this economy for the past 60 years. We just started sit at home civil disobedience for our freedom just 2 years ago. And you are complaining. But for the past 60 years, there is nothing to show for this economy in the Southeast.
Mad people everywhere.
So it is because of our sit at home. Lagos State humbled themselves and humbled their criminals and their arsonists.
Your bastards.
And yet, the people that will intervene to save their businesses were those calling for my head. They want me dead. They are calling for my head. They place bounty on me. And a very good Samaritan, a very patriotic citizen of Biafra has something.
Dara. Are they safe today? They are not safe. After signing petition against you, what do they have to do?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know that you guys have been waiting for me to speak about this election more. I just keep quiet. I want
Don't mind them. Who's going? Nothing.
Nigeria to see what happened. I say,
our leader on a DSS.
can Nigeria take that step to apologize to Simon? I was asking myself, can Nigeria take that step to apologize to Simon Ekpa? Because few days before the election, they interviewed Simon Ekpa to know his mind, and Nigerian government made this case that Simon Ekpa is about to disrupt what they call it, a democratic process. Then Simon Ekpa got this interview. Listen to that interview and hear what he said. They breed criminals, and that's what we're fighting against. The reason why the later on get sorted out easily and fast was because it was against Finland, and Finland have to officially react to the letter, and the letter went viral. There are so many lies against me out there on social media. Nobody could come and say it is not true. Okay, so that's, and those lies, when they continue to say it and maintain it, it becomes truth when nobody debunk it.
You talk about criminals. Do you think the candidates for the presidency are criminals?
They are all criminals. Yes, all of them.
Even Peter Obi.
Peter Obi is a criminal.
But he's a southerner, isn't he?
He doesn't. I am not a tribal. Listen, I'm not a tribalist. I'm not a tribalist, and that is what makes us different. We want. If I'm criticizing you, I criticize you with fact and figures. I'm going to tell you how all of them are together. Do I explain? One, starting from Atiku. Atiku was indicted in the United States for money laundering. He's a criminal. How do you think if Nigeria is a United States, Atiku will come back and start contesting with the criminal record he has had for money laundering? Tinubu was indicted in the United States for block pushing. The records are there, so it's criminal. Nigeria is being ruled by criminals, and they breed criminals. Peter Obi his name was in Pandora. He didn't deny it. He's also the part of money laundering, international money laundering crime. He has $50 million in offshore accounts.
Surely Obi, being a southerner, is on the side of your people.
That is the problem. Why must you have somebody that have people? That is the dangerous diversity that I have brought up, because it will never work. Everything about Nigeria is what favors my people. I don't want what we want, a Biafra where everything favors everybody. But when you have Nigeria, it is either Fulani. Now we don't even have Hausa anymore because Fulani have overshadowed them. So it is either you are fighting for Northerner as a Fulani Muslim, or you are fighting for Yorubas, or you are fighting for Igbo people. So how can you continue that in that kind of system? This is why we must. Okay, he said this. He said that Nigerian are criminal. The guy ever actually tried to stitch him with Obi. He told him that no, I'm not a tribalistic man here. I'm trying to be honest with you. Nigerian government is corrupt. All of them are criminals. This something that I want Nigerian government. I was hoping that they will use election or the election process or aftermath to tell the world that Simon or Nnamdi Kanu or those that are saying Nigeria is a fraud, all are liars. But what happened? They watched it. The international community were there. They saw what happened. Even the scene, everybody carried it. They saw what happened.
There have been abuses of incumbency, where those who wish to organize rallies where governors are not at the same party, that they have been hindered in some way. We have seen instances in which there have been intimidation. And
thank you for sharing
these issues, and these fall well short of international standards that Nigeria has set for itself.
That there have been significant operational failures.
Thank you for sharing. God bless you. Make sure you hit the like button. They can attack us, but we will win. Biafra is coming.
And that was, as you can listen to him, a call for Nigerians, those who call themselves Nigerians, to apologize to Simon Ekpa. A call for them to apologize people to, to look at the latest. I want you people to look at the latest.
In the Finland colors and the petition writer.
I don't want to talk about
hey,
look at the latest. And you've never seen them condemn the killing of Undim. Look at them. This ape-faced Abati who could not the interview, he is busy because Nigerian government is sponsoring them. You can imagine what they are, pushing to the media. Capture Simon Ekpa dead or alive, or unless they send message to British and Nigerian government. Oh my God! I don't want to discuss about it.
Don't mind them.
I don't want to discuss about it because
they will be captured by Fulani very soon.
Consequential.
Fulani will capture them very soon.
Consequential.
Okay.
Unless they is telling Finland government to capture Simon Ekpa dead or alive, they have placed bounty, $50,000 bounty on me.
They double it.
I am still standing. They have placed $100,000 bounty on me. I am still standing.
They think
now
Finland is
like
like
the Finnish government and Nigerian government to capture Simon Ekpa dead or alive. And these are the people who were there when people are being massacred even 2 days ago.
You don't consign them.
Nigerian government, Nigerian army,
Collins, thank you.
resume attack in Imo State, killing people, burning shops that belongs to Undim, burning everything. And these idiots have not done anything, have not even issued a statement. Yeah.
Mohammed Abbas Jebusisi about how many hundreds of our boys.
Exclusive.
Nahaba.
Nigeria army personnel resume invasion of community in Imo State. One market, loot several shops during Easter. During Easter time, in Imo State,
Hey! Already.
and faceless idiot, a disabled leprosy man will be writing Simon Ekpa, capture him, dead or alive. And they still think that anybody in Igbo land listen to them. Nobody listen to this idiot.
Old fools.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa. He's doing a very fantastic
Compulsory.
very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos. Accordingly, very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we're making. And you must listen to him, very, very important.
I say we want to be free. It's not only Biafra that is going to be free. A lot of nations. Nigeria is going to break into pieces. And we, Biafra people, are going to break into pieces. I am telling you now, it is not a hidden thing. It is going to happen. Those of you who are planning to have election,
you send me, I know answer you. You call me, I know answer. So why you call me now?
we will disappoint you.
Why are you calling me now? You see me at daylight.
Right. The Biafra Republic
And
government in exile
Charlie
have been
called
activated
today.
in full.
He called.
These are people that are not even up to 10.
No,
They register something in Nigeria and they begin to use it. And Nigeria government is sponsoring them. And they are writing anyhow, writing nonsense against Biafra. They are never part of us. Is Ohanes a party for Biafra? Anything about in favor of Biafra? How many people in Biafra land do they represent? They represent nobody. They represent nobody.
Now your own, I take the.
And after this, we are going to open the line. Today we are going to receive only video calls from Enter Biafra. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Oh, thank you for liking this.
In one state, there were about 52 churches. Today, only 2 of them left. and 50 of them has been destroyed by Boko Haram.
Don't mind them,
We lost hand, we lost eyes. Some of them they have still lost hand, we lost eyes. Some of them they have still have mental in their brain, and they are suffering of that. Some people lost their business, and they have to start doing that. What I'm seeing from the people now coming from the other side of Enugu, the Christians are running away from the north because they target their business, because Christians are very business minded in Nigeria. And what Boko Haram is doing is going after their businesses and bomb them and destroy them. In the northern Nigeria, there were, in one state, there were about 52 churches. Today, only 2 of them left, and 50 of them has been destroyed by Boko Haram. So all these people are coming back from the north, running to the south to save their life because they are afraid of the violence. And these are the people I'm working with to support them.
Are we going to see 2 states in Nigeria like we've seen in Sudan in the years to come? Is that where we're headed?
Right, but we should prevent that. We should not let that happen to Nigeria, really. The world should stand up, because if we allow that to Boko Haram, it is going to be Islamic government in the middle.
Over 12 years.
And we know that their aim is not only Nigeria, their eyes is on the other country. So if they manage to form their own country in Nigeria, for sure they will move to the next neighbor country and they will terrorize them. So I believe the way we dealt with Taliban should be the same way we should deal with the Boko Haram.
Wow.
Franklin Mayok, thank you very much for being here on a Spirited Debate. You were the project manager for Nigeria projects of the Christians on the ground in Nigeria. Thank you very much for opening our eyes and to giving shedding some light on what's going on actually in Nigeria.
And our website is www.csi-usa.org.
Okay.
People can look into that and
absolutely, yes. www.csi, that's Christian Solidarity International -USA.org. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
Right.
I see everybody.
We're going to receive calls. I want to make it very clear. I do not have anything against anybody who is placing bounty on me, who is calling for my head, who is calling for dead or alive to capture Simon Ekpa. I do not have anything against.
I can see her Gabahano.
But
they
are fighting each other too.
You say?
The people issued the statement are not original Banes and Debo. They are fighting each other too.
You say?
So I don't have anything against them. The person can continue to write and issue threats to Simon Ekpa and all that. I have nothing against him. And I'm making it very clear today.
Did you like the video?
I have nothing.
Hit the like button.
I'm not threatening him, and I will not threaten him.
Let me see.
But he will have the Biafra people to contend with you. If Biafra people want, they will allow him to continue to issue threats and destabilize what we're doing. I have not.
Don't mind.
Absolutely. Personally. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Our own. And like I said, if you want to talk with me on you can hit the video sign on Enter Biafra website, and you have 1 minute to talk to me. Let us go there. Hit the video sign and let us do it. What is your opinion on what you just learned today, especially the comment? And everything you hear today is what what is bringing the religious, ethnic, and demographic fault line in Nigeria, not the election. Election is just, they say election reviewed. It's not election. Election did not start all these things. It is the Islamic State agenda, which has actually manifested to the fullest by Muslim ticket, and they have voted them, and really the election with terrorism led us and over Nigeria. The line is open and join us. But if you want to call on phone, because of the phone is always giving some issues and all that. So, and by the way, we're going to make our map public very soon.
Very good.
Luke Iwuze, you're welcome to the program.
Kumasi.
Good evening from here.
Very good early morning from here.
You're welcome.
First and foremost, I want to say congratulations for accepting the call of your people.
Thank
I
you.
want to say thank you for not giving in to the pressures, not succumbing to the blackmails, and everything that has come to play. But today, they've all together worked for our own good.
Yes.
All the attacks, all the saboteuring work has all worked. Our dream has come true. You know, when you made that remark that Biafra will be coming from diaspora, that's not the only thing you said. Another important thing that you said was, from now on, we will be thinking for them because they no longer think or reason for themselves.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that word was not just, that word was given to you
Exactly.
from heaven. And as you can see,
Exactly.
those who are still locked up in the old order, they really cannot reason or think of themselves. I believed or thought that the election is going to produce a resounding result. The election will all of a sudden solve all the problems that we've known all our life.
Yes.
But to their dismay and disappointment, it wasn't the situation.
Exactly.
And today, they are all witnesses. They are all, I mean, if anyone that is not speaking or saying anything, it's not because they don't, it's not because they don't want to say, it's because they are afraid and they are ashamed.
Yes.
Because everything they have ever dreamed of or believed of and hoped. So, the Biafran government in exile has been activated, and to the glory of God, that is the right way to go.
Yes.
I made a post for our beloved Biafrans in Tunisia, who I saw and my heart break. And I said to them that help is on the way. You know, no more will the Biafrans be subjected to inhuman treatment. No more will Biafrans will be subjected to, loss of identity, because up until now we've had identity crisis, and that could be the reason why our people behave the way they are behaving, because until you answer who you are and who you are meant to be,
Yes.
until our identity that is changed, there is hope for all Biafrans everywhere in the world. There is hope because it's not going to pass this year. This year, in fact, before the middle of this year, I'm sure everything is going to change.
He said,
Decision you made this in analyzing the aftermath and what United Nations come up with. I believe United Nations right now, they will listen to this broadcast, they will swallow their pride, and they will do the needful.
Yes.
No more would they hide in any form to just look the other way when all these killings and all these destructions are going on unabated on daily basis. So I want to thank you, my brother. I want to thank you, our Prime Minister. You're my Prime Minister. I am bold and I'm confident to call you. I have pride to call you my Prime Minister. You've done well, and thank God for every member of the cabinet and all that has been working assiduously to make sure that we are where we are today.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. Remember that video is for those who would want to appear on video and not line. So if you want to appear on video to make a comment or ask question, you are free to do that. Pastor welcome to the program.
Vam in the line.
Thank you, my Prime Minister. I am honored to be working with you, my Prime Minister. There's something I want to beg of you tonight. In the Bible,
I actually Bible.
For Moses and his father-in-law asked him to anoint 70 men and transfer his spirit on them. That shock observer that you have, I don't know how you are able to do it, because the level of attacks and the level of blackmail that have come to you and how you overcome them, it baffles some of us who don't understand that anointing that you have. So I want to beg of you to conduct a form of transference of anointing upon some of us, because honestly, it's not a joke. Serious, I'm very serious about it. So I don't know how you will be able to transfer some of this grace and this power upon us, so that we'll be able to stand the test of time, because I don't know how you are able to withstand some of these weight that comes around you, and you just see them as if it is just noise and you just power on like a war horse. I don't know how you do it. Please, you need to conduct some prayer section on us and transfer some of this power on us. I don't understand how you do it.
Oh my goodness, this is funny, honestly, because I remember when I don't know why Gaddafi saying you want to belong to this culture.
No, I'm very serious about this. You really need to transfer some of this power on us, so that we'll be able to operate in the same level.
Yes, so I need to be in the same
close to that level. Just near that level.
Yes, let me tell you. It is not the thing is that God have always empowered all of you that are working with me. Believe me, that anointing that I have today is also working on all of you. I am telling you the fact. You just have to identify it and then you start using it. So the fact that you are in alliance with what I'm doing, you are possessed by that spirit of positive and to withstand whatever comes your way. You just have to, identify it. In my work life, colleagues have always done exactly the same thing you've done today. Sometimes they will call me, my partners, I want to be like you, Simon. What is it that, because it is just me and it's just me and God. You need to just know that the spirit that controls me works for the people that works with me. It is just as simple as that. Let me tell you one thing. I don't wish people bad, and I forgive people very easily. And another thing is that why I'm doing this thing, I made the comment I made, is because I know a lot of Biafrans are not happy with what these people are doing.
Yes.
And so if something happened, you should mention me, because I have nothing against them. You understand?
Exactly. I need the anointing
just know
too.
That you have to know that God is the Alpha and Omega.
Yes, okay,
and discover the energy that works with you. Everything is about energy to me. I believe in science, I believe in God, I believe in tradition, I believe in everything that that we have on this planet, because everything is created by God. So I believe in the energies. Believe in the energies in the forest, I believe in the energies of the nature. So I'm able to discover who I am, identify the power that works with me, and I apply it. It doesn't mean that I am perfect in what I'm doing, but most times I've always predicted things, right. day, and I was asking.
Yes, Amobi, I see you. Thank you for sharing.
Nobody knew that attack was going to come. Nobody knew that I was going to be blackmailed because it was not happening then. Nobody foresaw all these things that has happened in the last 2 years. But if you go to that video, the day I was calling on God to give me 1,000 men wisdom to withstand what is coming, you will know that it was not me that was speaking that day. So, but whether I have seen all these things going on, I did not see it. But I know something was speaking through me, and I sense that the challenges is going to be much. And in this kind of challenges, it doesn't need physical power to withstand them. It doesn't need physical strength to withstand them. Rather, you need wisdom to maneuver them. You need wisdom to be able to respond to these things as they come. You need wisdom to be able to make some certain tough decisions that when you make it, you know that this decision can solve so many problems and all that. So, so when I was asking for God to give me 1,000 men wisdom to stand what is to come, I don't know what was coming. But when you look from that day of that video till today, which is almost 2 years now, you find out that, like you said, you don't know how I managed to to do this. So I believe that God answered that prayer that day.
Amen.
Because I don't go to anywhere now, and I'm scared of answering questions. There is no question you can bring to me that I'm not addressed when it comes to this Biafra. Okay, I'm not scared of going to any journalist or anything to, or to for somebody to pose any question, whether it is difficult and all that. There was a journalist that came to interview me. He said, "Simon, I know you are a very smart guy, but I have very difficult questions, and I hope you are going to manage." I said, "Bring it on." Without waiting for a second, I said, "Bring it on." And he was asking those questions, and I was, trashing them. In fact, before he even talked, I'm interrupting him and was, almost answering questions that he had not even asked. So it's like, I know what he wants to say, based on what he said in the beginning. So, it was like, after that interview, the guy was nodding his head. The thing is that God has prepared many of you, not just me, to be able to fight for this Biafra. And that has made history.
Exactly.
And you can never wipe their name away when Biafra is mentioned. Those who were able to stand the temptation, stand against the temptation of the devil, stand against all this side distraction, maintain their faith in what we are doing, you see that the game have changed. It is no longer what we were doing till last month. Now, the whole game of the Biafra freedom has changed. 360 degrees. And from now on, it is no longer what we were doing before. That's why the truth must be maintained. No matter what, if you watch after I gave the truth, you see that some people started springing up. People that have not made broadcasts for the past 2 months. They started coming up again with the gossip. Their job is that the devil have possessed them. It is all about distraction. Once they see that it is you are going to make stay focused now, let us come again. And let everything, start. Let us start debating and all that. So it is they are being used by the devil. They are being used by the agent of darkness. They are being used by the forces that is fighting against Biafra. So, and what we have done is that we have been able to identify the forces of darkness that is fighting against Biafra. And now we have made progress. The level where we are now, the step where we are now, we cannot come down to punch somebody and start to go up again. So we remain there, build other steps until we get to our destination. That's why in the next few weeks or in the next few days, more of these people that you have not seen for the past 2 months, are going to. I see one of them today making brokers. For example, speaking all this, they are primitive Igbo this thing, was shouting on social media, where is Simon Ekpa? Where is all those kind of things. We don't need to. And one thing about me is that I watch everybody. I may not have the time to watch you, but I go and peep into your video and listen to what you say and I go. So I research everywhere to see what is happening. So I know some of them are going to come out. Those who have never spoken for the past 2 months, because they hear truths, they are going to come. Now let us come and start making saga again. So I am still appealing to you people, the media team, that now the level of this agitation have changed. And we must understand that it is now about focusing on the diplomatic war that we're going to fight. As I'm talking to you, later is already flying here and there, left, right, center, to people that matters. And it will continue to fly like that. We're not expecting to get anything.
Thank you for sharing. Yes, I'm Obi13, I see you. Instagram people, I see you. Hit the like button.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
Very well. So let us maintain the truth and let the spirit that has led us to this point continue to fire them, because the spirit is heavy.
Yes,
so let's continue to fire. When we come have a section of prayer for this our media team. At least once in a while. If you fire over it, because I need me.
Simon be very busy. Simon be very busy with other people. Countries that
things are going to be moving differently now. You are in the circle. You know what is happening. Things are going to move very well.
You have many
and
countries.
Doors that nobody will enter it with ease. It will open and will enter it with ease. Just what we have been doing till now, it is going to be more easier now. Everywhere that we're supposed to enter to preach Biafra, we will enter it and door will open. And remember that there is nothing I say with this mouth that has not come to pass. Except that Biafra freedom is coming this year. That is coming.
Amen.
He said?
Yes.
So thank you very much.
If you believe, type he say.
It's only testimonies that will be coming out from henceforth.
He said. Are you there? Please type he said.
Right, we continue.
On the comment section. We are going home.
You are coming almost every day. I don't know your system is working today or not. You're welcome to the program.
Yes, Chukuma, thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for your hard work. You're doing well. I could remember when you were starting, you told our leader that if he has no roadmap to Biafra, that you help him. If he has nothing in the table, that you help him get one. That you help him bring something to the table.
One.
Thank you very much. The same way Pastor Van is praying for some of your grace.
I'm praying too.
Same way some of us are praying for some of his own grace too.
Yes.
Yes. I pray, may Okike guide you all on this journey. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. All right, put your video off. It's me again.
I would like to leave this bit.
All right.
What happened? I messaged you privately, and I thought it for you. But this position where you go at them, I say you consult me, but no agree because why when you get don't do. But this is your new position. When you accept, that is what I message you, and I need to. I don't. You said to whom much is given, much is expected. Instead, I don't take much. I also scrap that to my own.
and up.
Your network.
Yes, and they get it's a part of my, you know where they go. Yes. As for organization. And by the way, I see where you are battling one a flip like that.
Yes, Chukuma, we are winning.
That guy, after giving episode, I just tired. Thank God.
It's better now, right? Again and network got the home man now. Yes,
meanwhile,
Chukuma, we are winning everywhere. Everywhere, even Google. Even Google kwetekwu na ọ na-eme. Biafrans all over the world.
At least myself, I'll give us an example. When they come that 400-meter relay during his heyday, he became the second. During that, the people waited the second line from his opponent, all of them na fire. When they gave him the battle, he established it. So every Jamaican was nobody export Osembu.
Yes, so.
At what point will he come? He became the second. He received the battle calmly. He zoomed off but passed the battle calmly. Like I said, when Biafra come, the government in exile, you have battle. I could say, but calmly. So people like the Jamaican the spectators there, we are happy. So I must congratulate myself. I asked all Biafrans to go and drink one bottle of credit to if they don't get made the credit that and that's for you. The grace of God will lead you through.
Amen.
Talking about our amazing people, I want Biafrans to understand that these people like JYZ Nigeria Limited start talking bad of you. They are company that is registered in Nigeria under Nigerian CAC. I'll take you to the article July 29. Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm yes, go ahead.
I'll take you to the article July 29, 2020. The Nigerian Yellow Pages article about Ohanese was the Biafra struggle. Less than their youth wing. You know, the one back in charge of the CAC. They said he saved their registration. This Ohanese not just to register organization in Nigeria. What is the yardstick of being an Ohanese? Once you are a bit old and hungry and you can beg and kneel down, you can be part of them. So they would know what I don't see why their news could make around. The government does not give them money as they promised them.
Inconsequential.
So when they get $50,000 to pay as bank customer on Ekpa, will they place bounty on credit? Where the money first of all? They don't talk.
And you know this? The funny part of it. The funny part of it is that the person placing bounty on me is working with grudges, which he doesn't have a job.
Oh.
He's using grudges to work.
And the
wife is the one feeding him.
Hey.
The wife is somewhere.
You know, the international community will be laughing at him. A political member in Finland, they are placing bounty of $50,000. What is the worth of? You go place bounty when you watch the value of that person. If people don't give you $5 million, $20 million,
Unless the person people will to get it. Okay, now that's
$1,000 na big money to them now.
There I go. Hungry lion.
To produce you.
Thank you for bringing this issue. I'll ask that question. I don't understand how these people will be thinking. You said I'm working for Tinubu. Tinubu is in Nigeria. You leave Tinubu and why don't you go and stop the water from the head?
From the head. Chukuma, thank you.
You're smiling to them. I'll ask this question. If you say that I'm working for Tinubu, Tinubu paid me 1 million, 25 million, what is Tinubu there? Go and arrest him.
Go and arrest as simple as that. If if they have something to do, they should arrest Tinubu and stop the stuff. To bring them to just everybody should go and look the article of weather punch or anywhere 20th of July 2020, where is threatening to revoke their registration number as a registered organization. Whatever that gave them comments they made in favor of people. Until then, they have been put. Now they just call them. Say, oh,
the man that plays the bounty.
You want us to
it's not working.
To deregister you. They don't
yes,
make noise. I beg, no, I go apologize on their behalf. These people are inconsequential. They are useless set of old men. There is no Ohanese present in my village. What's the yardstick of being Ohanese member? Nothing. You just have to be beggar. You can kneel down. Do you have a red cap? Which I have, by the way. Can I kneel down to beg? Yeah? Can I, my brother hold people? I cannot. At this point, let me leave it at this point. Thank you, our good man.
Right, we continue. And we're going to bring it to an end here. This is already 2 hours. May God bless you. May God bless Biafra. May God bless Master Kano. May God bless the Security Network. May God bless Biafra Liberation Army. May God bless women and their husbands. May God bless our media warriors. May God bless the government in exile. May God bless the advisory committee. May God bless all the cabinet. May God bless all of you that are supporting this struggle. Remember that
ESN fundraising.
This coming Saturday is the Eastern Security Network fundraising. Everybody must be part and parcel of that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much from here.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank God you didn't mention all this Yoruba bastard. I've stopped. God bless the Nkuru. They are not looking for freedom. They are looking for drug addict and Boko Haram. That's why you don't see them again. They usually do program on Fridays. How many of you have seen them? No, because they come to patch on our body that they need freedom. All of them now is singing Jaga Bandit and the Yoruba Bastard group of company and clamoring for their Fulani terrorist brethren, alliance of their brothers and sisters from the Sahel. That's why a family of five in Yoruba land have terrorists inside them. A Fonja group of company. God bless all of you. Make sure you hit the like button before you sign out. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. If today is your first time of seeing me, this is the face of Ada Biafra from Chicago saying, God bless you. Remember, freedom is not free. You must do something. Your like, your comment, your subscribing, your following, your sharing will make it happen. Remember, ESN fundraising is coming, www.ipobinusa.org/donate. You must buy granite for our boys. Remember Benue, on the eve of Easter, they were killing people, even in Imo State. That is without ESN, without our spokesperson, our prime minister. Imagine how Biafra land would have been by now. God bless you all. We are going home. Remember our 5 code. Hashtag free Nnamdi Kanu now. Hashtag Biafra is our home. Hashtag together we end Nigeria and save lives. Hashtag Biafra is our last hope. Hashtag Fulani the terrorist. Did you hear it from the man? They started cooking it since 2012. 12 years ago when Goodluck Jonathan was in power. Today it is coming to pass. But only in Biafra land we will not allow them. Islamization, terrorization, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, all of them will never come to our territory and go back alive. They must go with body bags. I love you. I see everybody in room. Please, if you are watching, write something. Let me mention your name. Chibike Nwadingwe, Ogechukwu, Ubezuanu, Ezeke, Biafra must come. Yes. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Abuchi Nwafo. Amaka, thank you for joining me. Amobi 13. Emero Wachukuma. Chinyaka. Biafra IPOB. I don't know how to pronounce this.